Just a really good win for us. We have tons of respect for that coaching staff and their players, the way they play, toughness. Is a big thing we talk about. We put that on the board at halftime. They were tougher than us in the first half, and that's why they win. They got 4 seniors. They've had their feet in the fire. They've been through a lot of wars together. In the first half, we turned it over a little too much, and they just good players making shots. Colt only had 2 shots in the first half, so the other guys that we wanted to beat us were making shots and beating us. In the second half, other than them getting offensive rebounds, I thought we did a really good job at both ends of the floor, and I think Lucas picked us up quite a bit coming in there, guarding Colt, and offensively, Manny was pretty dynamic there for a period of time.
Questions? Greg, you guys kind of got punched in the mouth a little bit, really. They couldn't miss either. They hit 8 of the first 9. Just talk about the response to that, because even though they led at halftime, I mean, the response started to come before halftime, and then you kind of built into that.
Yeah, we worked our way back into the game. I mean, they're good. It's no fun having to guard a guy like Cole Ryan. It's no fun having to guard some of their players with their movement. They're the best motion team in the country. It's a true motion. You have to be locked in and play an entire possession. And I thought we made players other than Colt in the first half make shots, and they did. And in the second half, we'd guard awfully well, and they'd get a second shot. And that's to their credit. That's the way they are. They're just a difficult team to defend. And I thought when we got stops, we took it right at them and got some good shots at the other end. So we loosened it up a little bit.
With that slow start, was there a point where you felt that things kind of turned around? Was there one person or one play that you could?
Not really, because they won't let you do that. There's no such. I think we're down 11 at 117-6. There's no such thing as an 11-point play. So you're going to have to keep chipping away and get stops. It's a possession basketball game. Even though they are patient in the half court, they're really good in transition. They get it out, and they hurt us a little bit in the first half with that. But no, you just have to have patience. You really do at both ends of the floor, because you're not gonna have a long, quick spurt against them.
Aside from a couple of missed free throws down the stretch, you guys finished really strong. You put the game away. That's something that maybe hasn't happened all that much this season. What are your thoughts?
We're certainly getting better at it. The last 2 games we've gotten better at it. You try to stretch that lead out a little bit more and get out of there and not put them at the. We talked about it going into the last at the last media timeout. Let's quit fouling them. Let's guard them, make them score against our defense, and then we go down and make free throws. And our guys are frustrated. They missed some free throws, and we got the guys up there that we want to shoot, and we'll be fine.
You talked about yesterday when we talked. You talked about how this game is always kind of a crucible especially for the first-year players to go through. And can you talk about Manny Arop's response to that? It's the first time he's played Evansville, and he kind of raised his game to the level it needed to be to win.
He's played in some big games, though. He had double figures at Illinois and at Marquette and at Notre Dame when he was at Gonzaga. So he's played in some big venues and some big games at a big time basketball school. So he loves the moment. You can tell him he gets excited when he's making plays. Well, the biggest thing he has done is become a really good teammate. And when he was on the floor tonight, we were a lot better. He got foul trouble there in the first half. So that second half, he got us going a little bit, certainly.
Is he one of the best examples of a yes/no type player with some of the shots he takes? Because some of the shots he takes are really strong.
Yeah.
And then some of the shots you watch him go off with his hands, you're like, where is that coming from?
Well,
and then he hits them because he's so long. But can you just talk about that? He's got the kind of gunner's mentality that does work in your favor.
You just have to understand this. If you call a set for him or you run something for him, he's gonna get a shot. He's gonna shoot it. Sometimes he doesn't take that many bad ones. So I got to give him credit on that. But he got going there tonight, and I think he kind of tried to take a step back 3 when he was feeling pretty good. But we need him to score. If he takes one bad shot out of the 9, well, he still made 7, so that's pretty good. And as long as he's defending, I give him a lot more freedom on the offensive end.
Talk a little bit about Jake Kitchell off the bench. Wednesday you talked about how big he was, but tonight 8 points, and it seems like those points coming at times when the team really needs.
You don't get many easy baskets against him, and he is our best guy. When you ball screen, you have to threaten the front of the rim a lot. And RJ and Justin, they like to pop more, shoot a 3, or get it on the perimeter. Kitchell ball screen, and he'll roll to the front of the rim. And if you're doing that stuff, you're threatening the front of the rim. It shakes stuff loose for Jake to read a little bit better. It shakes stuff loose for our other guys. So instead of them just attacking the ball handler and doing that, if you threaten the front of the rim, it gets them having to help and scramble out of it. And Kitch got right down there, and also Dewan hit him on a transition bucket. So Kitch, offensively, he picked us up for a spurt.
Yeah, he's kind of picked it. That's kind of a role that he's kind of eased into over the last few games. Can you talk about that? I mean, he seems to be that guy maybe around the 10-minute mark where you need some offense, and he's been able to do that too.
You know what? If you ball screen and you roll the front of the rim, they got to give you something. You know, they're gonna give you a 3-point shot. The Odom's gonna get to the basket. You know, and teams try to take those guys away from us. And Kitch gets himself. He's kind of seeing how they're defending. He's smart. Gets himself around the rim and just catches it and puts it in. And he didn't. I'm not sure how many rebounds he had. Kitch. He only had 2, but he had his hands on a lot of them, and he was in there battling. I think he drew a couple fouls when he was getting boards too.
You're 5-2 in the Valley, 3rd place. The way things turn out in Wichita today, you're only a game out of 1st place. You know, just talk about. You know, you talked about what a battle royale this game was going to be, but the reward is that you guys are in a pretty good position right now.
We are, but you know we're still only +1. You know, all we can focus on right now is Wednesday at Illinois State. Take a day off, get some rest tomorrow. Now, I think we're a good team, but Evansville's a good team too. There's a lot of good teams. I think watching that game today, you look at Wichita and Creighton; those teams are pretty darn good. They're top 25 teams. I think the rest of us again this year are just looking, okay, where are we going to finish? 3rd through 10th. You know, everybody's going to be fighting for that position. So. For us to stay, you know, nipping at the heels of the upper echelon teams in this league, we got to go on the road and win some games too.
Health-wise, Christian